So I have a controller. So if you have any real device, router, switch, Huawei router or Huawei switch, so I have a Huawei AC controller. Its model is AC6508. So it has the firmware of 2021 and version is 5.170. So I will show you later. So I have this controller. So I just start this controller by this power, and now I will put the console cable. Here is a console port, so you can put the cable in a console, and then from this side you can enter this console cable in your PC and open the putty. So let's go toward the PC screen. So welcome to laptop screen. So I put the console cable. So now I will open the putty. So you can use putty or any other browser. So I will open the putty. So here I will first confirm which COM port I am using. So you have to open the device manager. So here in device manager, you go here in ports and COM LTP. Here I am using this USB serial COM4. So I will select serial and COM4. So I will enter. So you can see here there will be a CLI of AC. So now you can see here I have just restart my controller. So first time it's saying that you can enter your password. So I will enter my password. So these are some default password of Huawei devices mostly. So this is admin@huawei.com or admin@Huawei. These are the default password. So I will put my password as Huawei@123. So this is the password I will select. So you can select your password. So here I will so now I have entered the password. So it's saying that the password should be in plain text and from 8 characters. I think it's not 8 character. Huawei so this is the, so let me put the password Huawei@123. So I have entered the password manually by a keyboard. So I will confirm the password by again typing password Huawei@123. So now I am enter in the device. So it's saying that password username is invalid. So admin Huawei@123, Huawei@123, Huawei@123. So now I have opened this password by typing my password Huawei@123. So it's many time it's take the password. So now I am enter in the device. So first of all I will check the version of this device, what is version I am using, which is this device. So display version, display version. So now you can see here I am maximizing my screen. So this is the version Huawei versatile routing protocol, and this is the version I am using 5.7, and this is my device name 6508, and this is the version R021. This is means the year 21 version I am using. So this is my device, and its uptime is 6 minutes. So this is the 6 I have start my device. So now if you want to access this device via telnet, SSH or HTTP, so today's video is how to access this device. So every time you cannot access this device via console cable by going its place. So we want the remote access of this device. So now we will configure the SSH, telnet and HTTP of this device to take the remote access of this device. So for this, first of all we check the configuration and what is the management IP given to this device. So display current configuration. So you can see here VLAN 1 interface, VLAN 1 169.254, and the 1.1 is a default IP. So you can use this IP, either this IP, or you can use this IP on for port number 47. You can use this IP. This is also a 169.254. 3.1 is a management IP. So now there is no any other setting. So first of all, we go in system view, and we see is either SSH is enabled or not. So as telnet server enable, this command will enable our SSH globally. As telnet has been started, HTTP server enable, so it will enable the HTTP server. So we are not using telnet because telnet is insecure. We will use SSH instead. So that's why we put this command as telnet server enable. So now we go. So now first of all, we set the password on VTY interface. You know VTY, what is the VTY? It is the virtual interface to take the remote access of the device. So now we go in VTY interface, VTY, sorry, is the command is user interface VTY 0 to 4, and now here now you can set the password. So authentication type, authentication mode, if there are two mode of authentication, AAA or password. In password you will type only password, so there will be no username, but it is good practice to put the username and password both. So now we use the authentication method as a AAA and set authentication. So now other commands are, so protocol inbound, so all the protocol would be inbound. Means all protocols like SSH, telnet, HTTP, all the protocol will be inbound to from this virtual interface. So all. So now we go back, and now we go in. So now we put now you can use either the management IPs that I show you above, the management IP, display current configuration. So these are the management IPs. So if you want to use these IPs, so it's okay, you can just put a LAN cable on any port of this device, physical device that I showed you earlier, and then type 169.254 1.1 and enter, hit the enter. You will able to take the SSH of the device. So every device has this IP address, because these are the general management IPs, so it's not a good practice to use these devices as a IPs. So now so you can configure your own management IPs. So that's why you have high security. So you can secure your network. So if you use the management IP, so everyone knows this management IP. So I will not use these IPs. You can use these IPs, but I will not use these IPs. I will use my own management IP. So I have I will use this management IP 172.161.1. This is my management IP 255.255.255.0. These are my management IP. I will go and VLAN, my management VLAN would be 110. This is my management VLAN. Sorry, VLAN. So I will first of all I will create a VLAN 110, and then description of this VLAN would be this one, management VLAN, and I will go in interface, VLAN interface 110, and then give the IP address. This is my IP of management, so I will give this IP, sorry, IP address, and this is my IP, and I will go back, and from which port I will use to access the management. So I will use my port number 1 for management purpose. Interface giga 0/0/1. Description, I will add the description as management interface display this. Now you can see here I am using, so I will this is VLAN 110. I am using my VLAN 110 as a management VLAN, so I will allow this VLAN on this interface. So port link type is access, and port default VLAN is 110. So I just enable the SSH and HTTP. So I will now put I have also given the management IP, so I will go on controller and just put my cable on interface G001, and from this side in my PC. So then I will able to access the device. So first of all, here I have to change my IP address on LAN interface. So here change adapter on LAN. Here I will give my management IP is 172.168.1.1 from on that side. For 1.2 would be on this side, 172.161.2, 255.255.255, and my gateway is 1.1, 172.16.1.1. so this is my gateway. So I have just enter this IP address here. So let's go. Let me show you how to put IP cable. You can see here, this is the controller, and here is the port number 1. The down one is a port number 1. So I just select port number 1. I will enter this LAN cable on port number 1. From this side, the other end of this cable is in my LAN. So now you can see here, from this side this here, and this cable from this side is in my PC. So put my cable in my PC. We just select the authentication mode as a AAA. So now we'll go in AAA, create a user. So local user admin, and password would be cipher. Password would be admin123, admin@123. So this is the password. Irreversible algorithm needed. So admin@123. So it's saying that irreversible algorithm we have to use first time, irreversible cipher, and then admin@123. this is the password I am using. Yes, now I have set this password. So I will also give some other permission in this AAA to this user admin, and the privilege level would be 15, and yes, 615, and the local user admin. Service type it will use SSH, HTTP and terminal. Terminal means the console. If we put console, then it will also ask the username and password. So now I have given this permission to this, set the AAA user, and this AAA user will be accessible from SSH and telnet. When we telnet the device, and we will ask this password and username and password. So we will enter this username and password. So its user privilege level is high, and also it has the permission. So now we go in SSH server. So here will be we select the port, from which port we are using the management, which port we are using to access the internet. So I have put the cable on port number 1. So here we will select the port sorry, this is the SSH port, the default port is 22. So we will select the interface, SSH server, secure server permit. The interface would be the 000 giga 0/0/1. So where I put my cable, from this interface we will take the SSH access. So I just enter. So this SSH is permit here. Also we will go in HTTP secure server and permit server permit interface would be giga 0/0/1. So both interface would be has been permitted. We go in SSH server source I, and now we select the VLAN interface, which VLAN we are using. So we are using 110 as a management, so I will select here this. So here we will also select the HTTP server source, HTTPS server source, HTTP secure server source was -I, and the VLAN would be 110. Yes, go in PuTTY. Let's try to access 172.168.1.1. So now you can see here it will give us the access, because we also select the VLAN from where we want to access, and also we select the port number, which was the giga 001, from where we will take the access. So I will accept. Here I have to enter the username admin, and then the password was admin@123. So it's saying that this is the first time password, so you have to change the password. So yes, so type the old password was admin@123. So I am typing my new password as Huawei@123, Huawei@123. So now I have enter in controller via SSH. So I will now I have cutting this COM. So now you can see I will also plug out the console cable. So now we go in HTTP and just enter our IP as HTTPS. So now you can see here we have the access via web as well. So and Huawei@123. So now you can see here we are in the controller via GUI interface. So I am using 172.168.1.1 and the default HTTP port. The default HTTP port is HTTPS is a 443, and for HTTP is 80, and HTTPS is 443. For SSH we have default port 22. Now we go in setting and change these ports, because these are the general ports. So everyone use, if there is a one person who is on our network and he knows our IP of 172.168.1.1. So is a management IP, so he can access our device via these default ports. So we will change the ports as well. So there will be one step toward the security. So let's go here by SSH. So we go here in SSH and SSH server port, we will change the port. Now you can see here it's showing that the default port is 22, so we will change its ports. When we change its ports, maybe we will disconnect, because we are connecting here 172.168.1.1 and via default ports. So if we change this port, so maybe it disconnect us. So I am entering port as 44344, say is a SSH port. So our new port is 44344, 44344. So this is our new. So if I enter yes, so you can see here I has been disconnected. I has been disconnected. So I will go again with the same IP 172.161.1. if I use this port, so I will not be able to connect because I have changed the port. So now you can see here we do not getting the access, we has been refused. So I will just go here 172.161.1 with the port 44344. So if I enter this, so now you can see here we are getting the access via this port. So this is the one step toward the security. So I will enter admin. So I will password Huawei @123. So now you can see here I have been enter. So HTTP is also using its default port, so I will change the HTTP port as well. So I will go in system view. So I will go HTTP server port. So here is default port is 80. I will change the HTTP ports. So mostly we will know we not use HTTP, so we use HTTPS in our browser. So I will not change the HTTP ports because we are not using HTTP, we are using HTTPS, which port is 443. So let me show you first. Display HTTP server. So now you can see here HTTP server port is 80 because we are not using this, we are using this HTTPS server port which is 443. So I will change this port. So let's go HTTP secure server, and here I will secure server mean HTTPS. So I will change its default port is 443. So I will enter its default port as 55355. Let's see its acceptable, yes. So now I have changed this port, HTTP port as well. So I will disconnect from this. If I refresh this, I will not connect to this. Now you can see here. So I will just open a new browser, HTTPS enter, sorry, HTTPS enter 172.16.1.1 and double colon. So the default was 443. So now we don't have to enter the default port because it's already mentioned in browser, save in browser, because it's the default port. So if we change the port, so we have to mention the port. So we change the port as 55355. So if I enter, so now you can see here. Now you can see here we are able to access this. I will add the admin and Huawei @123. So now you can see here we are inside the controller. So here this is how we can take the control of real device of Huawei or any other vendor. So we can change the port and we can change the management IPs and all these other settings. So here in our next video we will learn about how to upgrade the license and upgrade the firmware of the device, how to upgrade the firmware, and we will know how controller work and how to add APIs in the controller. So thank you very much for today's video. So see you in next video. Thank you.